You must be conscious of your time, guys. You see, it's funny because the one thing in life that we will never, ever, ever, ever be able to get back, unless we feel like destroying the whole world trying to do it, is time. Any time that you spend, you will not be able to get that time back. It's completely gone. It's over. You're not going to be able to get it back. You're not going to be able to change what happened. It's now in the past and it's set in stone. There's nothing you can do about it at all. At all. When it's gone for good. And the reason why I'm trying to drill this home is so you understand that time is the most valuable thing on the planet. I mean, other than the fact that you're alive, pretty much, time is the most valuable thing on the planet. And it's funny because a lot of people waste time. And as I just said, time is the most valuable thing. So people are just sitting here wasting it. And I'm like, how can you guys be wasting something that is so valuable? It's because a lot of us don't really recognize how valuable time is until we realize we're actually running out of it, right? You see, you're really gonna understand how valuable time is like when you're like 80 years old and you're on your deathbed. You're like, damn, I wasted a lot of time, bruh. That's why whenever you see any interviews of old people and people asking old people about advice or whatever, they're always talking about, oh, do that thing. Why? Because you don't want to live to regret it. And that's all because of a time thing. Because you only regret things because you don't have time to remedy it. You don't have time to fix it. There's no more time left. That's why you regret it, because you know it's unchanging. The time to do that thing is now gone. You know what I'm saying? So with that, what you guys need to take away from this is start to really value your time. Start to make sure you are only putting time in things that are honestly compounding. What I mean by compounding, it means it will continue to scale to benefit you into the future. So you need to stop thinking so short term. I know when we're younger, we don't really have a good sense of time when we're younger. I would say even pretty much from ages, I would say like probably like 25, from 25 all the way down to like when you're a baby, you don't really have a good scale and measurement on like time. If I said 10 years from now, that seems like an extraordinarily unfathomable amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just not really used to doing that, because most of the decisions we make when we're younger are very short term oriented, like in the next month, in the next 2 weeks. We don't really think very long. But ultimately, the best things in life is it come from you compounding a lot of your time into something and watching it build and build and build and build over years. And then you have your ideal outcomes. Like you have amazing stuff at your disposal that you otherwise wouldn't have if you didn't just throw your time away. So to even reiterate, you want to make sure everything you are spending your time on now will benefit you in the future. Because if you don't, later on in your life, you're going to regret not spending time on building something that is going to benefit you in the future. That's why I don't understand why you'd want to spend so much time drinking, smoking, and doing all these different things, where I do realize that drinking, smoking, partying, all those things are really fun. Like, I'm not going to deny saying that those things aren't fun. Yes, they're fun. They feel good or whatever. And it's, oh, we're never going to get this moment back. But you need to understand there is even greater opportunities from investing in things that are going to compound into your far future. Once again, you're only seeing one end of the stick, because obviously alcohol and weed and partying is so readily available when you're younger. Like, it's like it doesn't take much. Like, I could just go to a club and go to a party like right now as I speak, making this video. But and you see opportunity now, like, oh, this is really fun, like I feel real good, like blah 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 blah. And it feels like, oh, I'm not gonna get this time back because I'm not gonna I won't be young forever. But you need to also realize that time you are using is time you are taking away from being able to build something extremely valuable only you will be able to have in the future as well. because everything you do is ultimately an opportunity cost. And the question then really comes down to, do you want to build something so extremely valuable that only you'll be able to get to have by donating years and years and years of your time building it? Or do you just want to experience what is readily available to you right now, you know, and just use all your time doing that, and to kind of only build really, really small things that aren't like extremely impressive, at least in your eyes. Ultimately, you're the one who has to make that choice. But I just want you to understand why time is so valuable, because it doesn't matter which one you decide. Ultimately, you're not going to be able to get the time back. You are going to give up something. When you donate your time to something, you're giving up something else. That's just what is going to happen. So I want to make sure you don't only see the opportunity in the short-term instant gratification with the drinking, smoking, and partying, but you also can see the opportunity in building something so extremely valuable, of extremely high quality, that only you're going to get to have because you've donated years of your time starting from now building it. You know what I mean? Like, think about Kobe, for example. Kobe went to the league at 18 and, was in the NBA for like 20 plus years. If like he built an extreme NBA career for 20 plus years playing at the highest level, like started playing all the time. Whereas some NBA players, get to the league, they play for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years and they drop down to like the G League or something because they spent more time, living up the fact that they're in the league now. So they were partying, drinking, smoking, dealing with a ton of chicks, all those different kind of things. You see, and there's an opportunity cost now, because while Kobe decided to spend all of his time building such an extreme legacy and legend by sacrificing all the instant gratification stuff, other people were kind of okay with what they had and just did what was readily available: the women, the partying, the smoking, the drinking, or whatever, even though they did make it to the league. You see what I'm saying? But either way, in that sense, time is valuable, because if Kobe didn't donate those 20 years, he would have never built such a strong legacy. But he decided to give those 20 years. While these other guys, they decided, well, I've given the years to get to the NBA. I don't want to give any more years now. I just want to do what's readily available to me now. But once again, I'm just trying to show you guys why time is so valuable, because it's an opportunity cost wherever you donate your time, and you have to personally choose what is valuable to you.